Hello, my name is Ashley Tejada, and I'm a member of the planning team at CARES of NY. Today I will provide a brief overview of creating a renewal project in eSnaps. This webinar was developed specifically for COC membership, board members, and community stakeholders. CARES developed this webinar because we believe it is our responsibility as collaborative applicant to provide clear and concise information on the eSnaps application submission to the full community to ensure the COC process is community-centered and transparent. Because the NOFA details a variety of important topics, CARES has produced a series of webinars to cover specific topics in more detail. Additional webinars include presentations on the following: NOFA summary, HUD priorities, and the consolidated application, new project opportunities such as bonus and reallocation, DV bonus opportunity, opportunities for renewing projects, and setting up a new project in eSnaps. Today's presentation provides only a summary of creating a renewal project in eSnaps. Specifically, the presentation will discuss 2019 changes and updates to eSnaps, eSnaps technical submission directions application format. This webinar will not provide an overview of the COC 2019 NOFA or the 2019 application. As a reminder, the HUD eSnaps website you will use to log in is esnaps.hud.gov. The 2019 application changes include submission requirements for expansion projects, expanding a non-COC funded project dedicated to serving persons experiencing homelessness, operating budget and replacements reserve costs, removal of eSnap Screen 5C, project applicants must certify active system for award management status, and the DV bonus projects awarded in fiscal year 2018. If you have any questions about these changes, please do not hesitate to call me at 518-489-4130, extension 111. In eSnaps, there are 4 parts of submitting a renewal project application. First, you must update your applicant profile. Second, register for funding. Third, create the project. And fourth, complete the application and submit the application. Here's the first screen you will see when you go to the eSnaps website. On the left-hand side is where you will put your username and password to log in. If you've forgotten your password, click the Forgot Your Password link. If you keep trying a password that you're not sure of, you'll end up getting locked out of eSnaps. If that does happen, wait about 15 minutes and try again. Just a reminder, CARES does not have any of the username or password information. So if you do get locked out or forget your username, please submit a HUD AAQ. They'll be able to reset your information. Just as a reminder, eSnaps can be painfully slow, so if you're not sure if the program is working, look at the top of your screen and see if the wheel is spinning. If it's still spinning, the program is working. It's just taking a while. This is the first screen you'll see when you log in. You simply press accept and move on. Now that you're all logged in, you will first click on Applicants, which is step 1, and then the orange folder, which is step 2 on this screen. It's worth noting here, the order of items under the Workspace tab follows the logical order of the steps to complete your project application. Before you can do anything, you need to fill out the applicant profile, which is essentially giving HUD information about your agency. When you log into your applicant profile, you'll see that it says this form has been marked as complete. The reason for this is that the form was completed for your last application for fiscal year 2018. So you need to open your profile to make edits. To do this, you want to go to step 1, Submission Summary, number 6 on the left-hand side. Then step 2, go ahead and click the Edit button to open your profile. And finally, step 3 will take you back to the beginning to start editing your profile. After you have opened your profile, you will start at number 1 and work your way through the numbers on the left. Numbers 2 through 4 will already have pre-populated information from last year. You'll need to verify this information and make any changes as necessary to your profile. The first section, Profile Type, for a renewal project application, you will want to select Project Applicant, which is step 1, and be sure to always click Save or Save and Next, step 2, after you're done with the page. Otherwise, the information that you've input will be lost. Section 2, Organization Information. You will verify this information and make any necessary changes, then click Save and Next. Section 3, Authorize Representative, Contact Information. You will verify this information and make any necessary changes, then click Save and Next. Section 3, Part 2, Alternate Contact Information. Again, you will verify this information and make any changes, then click Save and Next. Section 4, Additional Information. You'll verify this information and make any changes, then click Save and Next. Section 5, which is Forms and Attachments. You'll need to fill out or verify this information. The first form is the 2880. Part 1 of the 2880, the answer to question 1 will be yes. For question 2, you will select yes if your agency is applying for any federal funds more than $200,000, including COC funding. If you select yes for question 2, you will need to fill out parts 2 and 3 of the 2880. Part 2 is where you will list any other governmental support that you're receiving for your projects. Part 3 of the 2880, you will list anybody else who's associated with the project, such as developers, contractors, consultants, or sub-assistants, if they receive in excess of $50,000 or 10% of the COC funds requested. Once you've filled out the 2880, you'll select the I agree button and save and press Next. The next couple of screens require a certification. You do not need to update this information. However, you need to make sure documentation is there. This form will need updating. If you click on the name of the form, it will give you information on where to access these forms. The link to the website is in the wording. The website is highlighted on this webinar for you. Once you've filled out all the information in the applicant profile and selected I agree to all the forms under number 5, you'll end up at the submission summary page. Please note you'll only be able to press complete for the applicant profile if you have all green checks here. If there are any red X's, then you'll need to go back into that section and make any necessary changes. Once you've completed your applicant profile, the next step is to register for funding. To register for funding, you'll need to select the Funding Opportunity Registrants tab, which is step 1. Once you're done that, you'll find the Renewal Project Application Fiscal Year 2019 underneath Funding Opportunity name and select the little piece of paper with the check mark on it, which is step 2. When the question appears asking if you want to register the applicant for funding, select yes. The screen will then indicate that the project applicant has been registered. Then you can go ahead and hit back. After selecting the back button, this screen will appear. Now select Projects. In order to create your project, your first step is to select Project on the left-hand side, which is step 1. And then in the drop-down menu, select Renewal Project Application FY 2019, which is step 2, and then you will select the note icon, which is step 3, to add a renewal project. Here, you will name your project as it was noted on the GIW and add the year 2019 to the end of its name. This keeps it consistent and easier to find. The second thing you'll do on this page is import your data from last year's application. So you'll use the drop-down box there to find the name of your project from last year, and this will import all of the information that you submitted last year into your current project application, which will make it a lot easier to fill out. This is just a reminder that each application has 4 parts. Depending on the project type you are applying for, PSH, RRH, or TH, your subpages will be different throughout the application. After importing your data, you will select Submission, which is step 1. Then apply all necessary filters to find your project you just gave a name to, which is step 2, and then access your project application by clicking the yellow folder in step 3. You will review the following information on this page and simply click Next to move on. As a reminder, when working in the project application, eSnap's users can return to the main screen by selecting Back to the Submission list at the bottom of the left menu bar. From this screen, users may access applicant, funding opportunity registration, projects, and submissions on the left menu bar. You will review the following information on the screen and then click Save and Next to move forward in part 1 of the application, making sure you have followed all directions in red. You will continue to verify the information and select any I agree buttons and click Save and Next to move on. As a reminder, only part 1 of the application will appear first. Only after completing all of part 1 and verifying the information will the rest of the application open. The image on the right-hand side of this screen will show you the entire application subpages. Again, this will only show up after you have completed part 1 in its entirety. After you've completed all parts of the application, you will see this screen, Submission Summary. Like before, only if all mandatory sections have a green check mark can you submit this application. Those marked with a red X, you'll have to go back into that section and verify and make any necessary changes. And there is the process for submitting a renewal application in eSnaps in a nutshell. Remember, additional webinars are posted on our website. Please also be sure to visit the NOFA page on the CARES website for important application information and due dates. Thank you for participating in our webinar series, and please do not hesitate to contact anyone on the CARES planning team with any questions or concerns.